you need to get started programming in Python. Python is one of the most popular programming languages, and every day people use it to do cool things like automation. They use it in AI, as well as building applications and websites like Instagram and Dropbox. So if you're looking for a job, Python is for you. In this course, I'm going to teach you everything you need to get started with Python. We're going to talk about all the core concepts in Python, and then we're going to build 3 Python projects together. Here's the first project we're going to build. You're going to learn how to create this beautiful website for an imaginary grocery store. Here on the homepage, we can see all the products in the shop, and we also have an admin area for managing the stock. We're going to build this using a popular Python framework called Django. Now, if you have never built a website before, don't worry, I will teach you everything from scratch. You're also going to learn how to use Python in machine learning or artificial intelligence. So you will learn how to write a Python program that will predict the kind of music that people like based on their profile, just like how YouTube recommends videos based on the videos you have watched before. I'll also teach you how to use Python to automate boring, repetitive tasks that waste your time. You will write a Python program that will process thousands of spreadsheets in under a second. I've designed this Python course for anyone who wants to learn Python. If you're a beginner, don't worry. I will hold your hands through this entire course. You're not too old or too young, and Python is super easy to learn. You can write your first Python program in literally seconds. Plus, I'm going to give you plenty of exercises to help you build your confidence writing cool Python programs. My name is Mosh. I'm a software engineer with 2 decades of experience, and I've taught over 3 million people how to code. I'm super excited to be teaching you Python in this course, so I hope you'll stick around and learn this beautiful and powerful programming language. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to download and install Python on your computer. So the first thing I want you to do is open up your browser and head over to python.org. On this page, click on Downloads. Here you can see the latest version of Python. Currently, at the time of recording this video, the latest version is Python 3.7.2. Chances are in the future, when you're watching this tutorial, there is a newer version of Python available. Don't worry, all the materials you're going to learn in this course will apply to the latest version of Python as well. So let's go ahead and download Python 3. All right, now look at your downloads folder. Here we should have Python 3 installer. Simply double click that. If you're on Windows, you're going to see this checkbox here, add Python to path. This is really important. Make sure to tick this box, otherwise you're not going to be able to follow this tutorial. If you're on a Mac, you're going to see an installer like this. With this setup wizard, we can install Python 3 on our computer. So simply click continue and again, agree with the license agreement and install it. This is going to take a few seconds, so I'm going to pause the recording. All right, we have successfully installed Python 3 on our computer. Let's close this. All right, next we need to install a code editor. We use a code editor to write our code. Just like how we use Microsoft Word to write documents, we use a code editor to write code. Now, there's so many code editors out there. The one that I'm going to show you in this tutorial is PyCharm. That is one of the most popular code editors for writing Python code. You can get it from jetbrains.com/PyCharm. Now, more accurately, PyCharm is considered an IDE, which is short for Integrated Development Environment. And that's basically a code editor on steroids. It has some additional features that makes it really easy to write code. So let's go ahead and download PyCharm. Now here on the download page, you can see 2 versions of PyCharm. One is the Professional Edition, which has additional features and you'll have to pay for them. The other is the Community Edition. That is absolutely free, and that's what we're going to use in this tutorial. So go ahead and download this as well. Now, once again, look at your downloads folder. Here you should have PyCharm. So double click this. Now, if you're on Windows, you're going to see an installation wizard. Simply click next until you install PyCharm. If you're on Mac, you need to drag and drop this icon onto the applications folder. So drag and drop. All right, now let's double click this to run it. The first time you run PyCharm, you're going to get this warning because this is an application that you download from the internet. So let's go ahead and open it. Next, you're going to see this dialog box for importing some settings. Leave this to do not import settings. It doesn't really matter. Okay. On this page, select I've never used PyCharm. You can see some keyword shortcuts that might be useful in the future. Just accept this. And down the bottom, click the next button. and then next again, and one more time, and finally start using PyCharm.
Jumpstart your coding project with Candy Kits. Candy Kits provide you ready-made solutions across.
So here's the main page of PyCharm that you're going to see every time you open it. Click on Create New Project. This is the location for our project. Let's call this project Hello World. Now, before clicking Create, expand this item here. Make sure that base interpreter is set to Python 3. Python interpreter is basically a program that knows how to execute Python code. It will interpret or translate Python instructions into instructions that a computer can understand. Now, Mac computers by default come with an older installation of Python, that is Python 2. It's considered legacy, which means it's no longer maintained or supported. So earlier we downloaded Python 3. Make sure that this is set to Python 3. If not, from this list, select Python 3.7. All right, now let's go ahead and create this project. Now here, right-click on Hello World folder and go to New Python file. Call this file app.py. So by convention, all Python files should have this py extension. All right, let's go ahead. Now let's collapse this project panel by clicking here and write our first Python program. Simply type print, print, all in lowercase, open and close parentheses, and inside this parentheses, add quotations. You can either use single quotes or double quotes. Now, in between the quotes, write your name. I am Mosh Hamedani, so let's write that here. So this is your first Python program. With this piece of code, you can print your name on the screen. Now to run this, go on the top, under the Run menu, click Run. Also note that there is a shortcut associated with this command. When I program, I always use shortcuts because that increases my productivity. So here on a Mac computer, the shortcut is Control, Option, and R. On Windows, it's different. So let's go ahead with that. Now it's asking where you want to run this. Click on App. Now down below, you should see this little terminal window. This is like a little window into our program. So here we can see the results or output of our program. In the future, as you learn more Python, you'll be able to build applications that have a graphical user interface or GUI. That is a little bit complicated. So for now, we're going to use this little terminal window to see the results of our program. So as you can see, my name is printed here. Now, as you write code, this window might get in the way, so you can always resize it or minimize it by clicking